So, good afternoon, Utkal. How was your TR?
Good afternoon. Mine was good. How was yours?
Yeah, mine was also good. So, as our discussion question has asked us to do Zoom meeting and make a discussion and draft a conclusion. So basically, we are here for that discussion, and I'd like to share a screen. Is it visible?
Mm,
Is it?
yeah. Okay.
So,
Please will be on.
yeah, okay. So, moving to the question part. The law of supply and demand indicate that the higher prices are effective in reduction the smoking. In particular, higher cigarette price will reduce the demand for cigarette. So in this question, we are going to discuss on agree and disagree part, right, Utkal?
Yes.
So in this part, I will address agree part and he will address the disagree part. So moving forward to the uh, PowerPoint presentation. The demand for cigarette are in generally inelastic. Uh, the concept of inelastic is that when the price change, the quantity demand doesn't significantly change or irrelatively change. As a result, those demand are called inelastic. And in general, when the price increases, the quantity demand decreases. But in the inelastic demand or inelastic products, those demand are in response to the price, which means that even after changing the price in a significant or higher, the consumption doesn't significantly reduced. So moving to the second part, the addiction in inelastic of demand. Addiction can be inelastic, such as when we consume the cigarette, when we continuously consume the cigarette, it becomes our habit or addiction part, and people do not can uh, leave their addiction part as well. And addiction fall under the inelastic demand, which means that having the high or significant relatively increased price, the demand doesn't change. And moving towards why inelastic product doesn't reduce, even consumption of inelastic product doesn't reduce even after changing the significant price. Other example could be the brand loyalty. For example, a person who regularly uses iPhone products or Apple products doesn't do not change the product even after changing their price significantly or slightly higher due to the brand loyalty. So, Utkal, would you like to explain about the disagree part?
Yeah. Hi. I'm Utkal Khatiwara. So you have said, like, for example, you have said on the agreed part. So I like some at some point here, like I like somehow you have given some good answers for in the agree part. Like I have some agree disagree part, and I would like add some thoughts here. Uh, like if the price normally you can see that behavior also is the can be done. Like for example, demand and supply is like is totally opposite here. Like if the price of the cigarette example is high, then the supply of the cigarettes also will be high. Like it will be like on this constant level. People will not influence in traditional way. Like if the some for example, if price get higher, but if yeah, they will smoke. So some people will smoke, like will quit smoking, but they will see the alternate part to take up nicotine part. That they will go from some other, like other part of using nicotine. So like in my view, the how much as the price or demand also increases, the supply and the demand as the price increases, sorry, the demand of the product also be increases.
So, thank you, Utkal. We have generally presented some valid point regarding why people do not reduce the consumption of cigarette even after changing the price of its product. So I'd like to add one more point on the agri side, is that substitution and cross price elasticity. Usually substitute product for cigarette has the low elastic, sorry, cigarette has the low cross elasticity of demand, which means that having the less substitution or product, it may not reduce the consumption of the product, because you can see what are the substitution product of the cigarette even. So we generally, those who smoke cigarette, we generally found that the cigarette are easily available and easily accessible, but some example of alternative of cigarette such as vape and gum and other products are not easily accessible for the general people due to so reason. I think even after changing the price of the or increasing the price of the cigarette in a short term, it may be reduced, because people doesn't have people having the limited income may not find it is easy or have their purchasing power to purchase cigarette, even if it has the higher price. But the addiction part or habitual part of the general people is that they even after having the limited income and increasing price of the addiction products such as like cigarette and alcohol, they find other source of their expenditure to be reduced so that they can spend or they can enhance their purchasing power on spend on cigarette, so that they can continuously smoke. So my conclusion is that even after increasing the price of cigarette, I believe that the product consumption in a long term doesn't significantly reduced. So that are my point.
Okay, like you have said some valid point, like the people cannot afford like substitute product for that thing. Uh, but I like add some more point here, like uh, uh, generally the visualization part. For example, if the person have like the habit of smoking only cigarettes, they will anyhow use that. Uh, so that habit also is the main factor here. I can say that. So in my conclusion, the habit also habit and the brand value loyalty of the product also lead the consumption of the commodity. For example, if the price got higher and the consumer are so loyal, and then they have habit of using same product, the price of that product will not affect on that thing. So that's my conclusion.
Yes,
Anything
yes, I
on this thing?
absolutely agree with your point. So while you're discussing about it may or may not reduce the consumption, I have read some data recently on an article that while studying about the consumption and consumption behavior of the people who generally smoke cigarettes are comparatively inelastic. They are not totally inelastic, because some of the data shows that in 1996, when the Cancer Research Center and World Bank collectively researched that, they found that even after increasing the price of the product 10%, the consumption reduced only by 4%. But as I previously mentioned that the increasing price doesn't reduce the consumption, but in this sector, in this research shows that 4% people 4% of consumption of cigarette reduced, which means that the price are completely inelastic. Demand for the cigarette are completely inelastic. So this can have the both argument, agree and disagree. So our conclusion part will be written and posted after this video, right, Utkar?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Got that thing.
yeah. So for that, and thank you, Utkar.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Scott, regarding